Here we are. Stream activate. It works. Does it? Hold on a second. Does it work? It does. Wonderful. Wondrous. The detail. Anyways. Here is a stream just in the middle of the night for no reason. What the fuck? It's showing me as having 5 wands. How nice of them. But I don't have 5 wands. Anyways, lately I've been recording streams. It's some kind of moron, that's for sure. But dog meat, what are you doing? Oh, no you don't. No you don't. Squish. Oh, that's how guns reload. Okay. No you don't. And you know what? How about some of this for you too? Sheared the top of his head right off. And you also. Bite him, yeah. Yeah, get him. Shoot, I ruined it. I stole it, kill stealing. Oh, I can just reuse the shells over and over again. That's one of the many great things about this great game. The best Fallout game, of course, aside from Fallout 76. Of course. Yeah, I figured I would play. I've been playing this and recording it, doing the usual stuff. The older streams I used to do where I would listen to Ricada clips, that kind of thing. Instead of doing that, I've been recording them. Oh, nice. Oh, also nice. Oh, a toy car. Wonder Glue. Anyways, this game is actually perfect for that because you can just sort of almost sleepwalk through this game. Just vacuum up treasure, walk around, shoot people, and vacuum up treasure. Ah, wonderful game. It's all I want. That's all I want in any game. But yeah, I've been recording a bunch of the episodes there, and I've been uploading them. Well, not recently. Not the recent ones, but over the past week I've been recording. What the fuck? He's teleporting. Oh, so is she. Oh, look. Piper has a pretty cool uniform. Thanks, Piper. Hey, Piper. You can't see your hands. And that's one of the very goofy things. Unless you go unarmed and then you just have fists and you can't move them. It is pretty goofy. And the full body mod for this doesn't work as well as it does in Skyrim. If you watched all of our older screams of Skyrim, you'll probably remember that I had, it's a couple mods, Vrick and Plank. Vrick gives you full body, and then Plank lets you physically push and interact and grab people and move them aside, and that kind of stuff. Made it very immersive, very fun, very delightful. There is a version of that for Fallout 4 VR, and it just doesn't work as well. The hands are disconnected from the wrists. I talk about this in those episodes I've been recording. Here's the thing. The episodes I've been recording, playing this, been doing that for the past week, basically. Playing this, and I think I recorded 3 episodes of it so far, of, listening to Ricada clips. And I call the segment Clips and Video. I got really creative with that one. And the episodes I've recorded probably won't go up for another couple of months, actually. Because the previous episodes of Clips and Video that I recorded a couple months ago are going up now. And again, they're just outside of the schedule, so I just upload them whenever I kind of remember to. They're just extra bonus stuff, though. So if you actually want us to do more streams, the best way, unironically, the best way to catch up with that is to watch our Subscribe Star. Just donate to our Subscribe Star, and basically I've been uploading pre-recorded streams. The only change to that is no live chat, but I barely pay. There is live chat right now. It's the middle of the night. What time is it? 2:30 at night. Party time from dusk till dawn. You, sir, are party animal. But anyways, the oh, hold on. But the reason why I'm doing a stream tonight is because I wanted to do a video that I could have pre-recorded, but sort of outside of the usual thing. Instead of it being a bunch of Ricada clips and other goofy shit, there was something else. There was another video that I had listened to on YouTube a couple days ago, just on my own, and I felt like just playing through it because I think it makes some interesting points that a lot of people forget. It's something that reiterates something we've been saying since the beginning, and showing that the people who made the video had also been saying. A lot of people. We're not the only people. We're not the first, even. A handful of people have been pointing out the thing. I'm going to really tease it. Oh boy, people are going to get so excited to hear a thing. And you just fucking veins bulging out of your neck right now, just in anticipation. But before then, apparently there's a curfew. Let's see. Mandatory curfew. I turned the volume way down just because the real focus is for listening to things. Oh, really? Oh. Well, back to my home? Oh. I'll read this. I can kind of hear it. But again, I had to turn this down because I'm really just here. Curfew. Thomas. I'm playing the Thomas in this. Especially because I usually play the Laylee. That's where the suit that Piper's wearing comes from. Yes, this will definitely work. Persuasion attempt failed. What? Bullshit. Bullshit. Huh. Hmm. Oh, I can do that.
Will you comply? Repeat. Will you comply? Will you comply? Repeat. Will you comply?
He's saying to repeat it.
Will you comply? Civic malfeasance detected.
What? Holy shit. Okay, that does it. You're getting both barrels, and then the same 2 shotgun shells all over again. And then another 2 shotgun shells. Yeah. I repeated, will you comply? That's exactly what he was saying to do. Why was it? I like how the voice actor actually says it in a goofy robot voice, and there's a specific reading for each time. Yes, you know what? She's right. Canonically, Piper is taller than my character. I don't even point out to people that Thomas Royloop is a character. And I don't mean I'm playing the character. I mean, legitimately, the first stories I wrote, the guy character in it was named Thomas, named after Tommy, the Who album, the goofy Who album, the massively overrated Who album. But the themes of that story were kind of relevant to the story I was writing just through the what I want to write. So the name Thomas, I kind of applied that and it stuck. There we go. Oh wait. Some of these don't. That one looks like one of those ones that should explode. Yeah. See? That's why. Yay. That's still awesome. Boy, what a great game. Certainly better than Fallout New Vegas. The true Giga Chad choice, Fallout 4, the best, pretty much the best in the series. Better than New Vegas. Everyone who thinks New Vegas is better is inferior and should be exterminated down to last man, woman, and child. But I think the more important thing... Oh, I discovered it. That means time to loot it. That wasn't my fault. Your witnesses. But, anyways, I was making a point. But it is irregardless right now of that fact. But yeah, the character that I wrote in the stories, I do that pretty often, you know, playing a video game is like, I'm gonna put the character from my story. It's just the dorkiest thing ever, of course. I'm not beating those allegations. Whoa. Wow, realistic swings. But you can't go on them. The immersion ruined. There's no interact button to, wait a second. I just passed up that get your fat ass out of here. Skeletons, but... Whoa. What time is it? Wait, oh, yeah, that's right. Here's the screen. It's a little bizarre to interact with, but you get used to it. And there is, once you get power armor, you don't actually... I think there's an option to let you still use this in power armor, but power armor just lets you bring up a screen over your face that interacts with the Pip-Boy. Well, this is okay with me. Hold on, I just have an addiction to blowing up these things. You know, actually, here, yeah, here we go. My favorite, the thing is very obviously lazy reloading. We're just playing the animation, for instance, like this. Oh, just reuse it. It's airing itself out. It's like the thermal clips in Mass Effect. I think that's what's going on. But then it's been leading. I did finish this game entirely before, so this is just a second playthrough of VR. So it's the third playthrough of this game actually. But now it leads me to reload like this. Magic trick. Or like this. Wow. Incredible. See, the dog's impressed. Dog. Huh. Nice. Perfect. Oh, that one's gonna go up too. Dog meat, get away. Who cares? Nobody cares. These guys are from England, and who gives a shit? Oh, and I can get drunk too. Oh, and oh no, at this crashed car, a bottle and 2 mugs. That's some real environmental storytelling. My favorite, the best kind of environmental storytelling is environmental storytelling. Anyway, so, anyone? Yeah, free Nick. I can't believe if anyone's gonna be awake in the middle of the night, it would be, Jim Tuner, as usual. Or me, of course. I'm looking down on anyone else who is awake in the middle of the night like this. Oh, wait, I am. But here, but you know what? You know what I could really go for? Some purified water. Yes. Perfect. Now, shut up. But one thing I like is Codsworth will actually say Mr. Thomas. He did not say Laylee when I played the first time. Because it doesn't recognize the name. It will recognize all sorts of other names, but I've gone over that in the Clips and Video episode that I was going to say, where's the door? Oh. Here, let's go in here. But the Clips and Video episode that I started recording of this, and again, that will eventually be up on the Subscribe Star at some point. And yeah, those are the usual things of listening to Ricada, the recent stuff about Ricada, the big meltdown and the comeback stuff with Ricada. I'm not even going to be getting to... What the hell? Is he okay? Codsworth, are you okay? He's injured. What? What hit him? Well, you know what? I know what's going to hit him. And what's going to hit dog meat? Holy shit. Codsworth. No. Wait. That clearly wasn't Codsworth. Something happened? Dog meat. Did something happen? No. Oh, she's offering to carry something. That's actually nice. Oh, here's Codsworth. He was back here the whole time. Okay. Anyways, yeah, so I'm instead of playing any Ricada stuff tonight, I'm gonna play just one video. It's about an hour long. I'm probably not gonna play the whole thing. But it's a very interesting thing. And it's well, speaking of nice. Yes. But yeah, it's stuff that we've covered, we talk about in a lot of other videos, and it really kind of backs up the points we've been making. And possibly will continue to make. It also... Oops. Oh, I can rename this. No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to. Oh. Yeah. I just want this. There we go. Perfect. And there's another one. Oh, no, I'm too short. Or rather, Thomas, the character, is canonically too short. Well, I can jump up here. Who cares? There. Everything's great. Wait, do I have any things I could destroy too? Yeah. Scrap, scrap, scrap. There we go. So this is a review, and I forgot what it's named. And you know what? Let me go look at what it's called, so I can refer to it. Wait a second. Hey, nice tits. Bitch. Hey, bitch. She's mad at that. Look, she's mad. No, she's in. All right, give me 1 second, actually. I wanted to go over the name of the channel first before I play the video, but just 1 second. Hurrah. All right. The channel for the video I'm going to play is called Kirk Patty Cake. And it's some lady broad, some writer lady broad, and she did a video called Does Anyone Think About the Creative Choices They Make? Yaira #1. It's a review of the Yaira comic. And makes a lot of good points that a lot of other... Well, not a lot of other people. Some other people, including us. And not this thing. That's for sure. Here, take this too. Oh, and give me another one back. Sweet. But a lot of interesting points about the comic. A lot of things that get forgotten about, and a lot of people are intentionally choosing. Now with all the internet drama, a lot of people are just intentionally choosing to ignore a lot of the, or not a lot, basically, all of the drama people who are turning the focus from the comics into, this person said this or this person said that, and they're ignoring a lot of the original, the impetus for a lot of the criticism that now is completely washed away by the drama. So here, we'll start listening to this. And again, the whole review is an hour long. I'll recommend people listen to it. I don't plan to listen to the whole thing. I don't plan this to even be a long stream, because I actually wanted to go record some other clips and video episodes that will, again, go up on the Subscribe Star. And again, the clips and video episodes are just bonuses. They're basically videos like this, where it's a stream, except it's offline and I record it. And that's going up along with all the other delightful things. So again, if you want more of our wonderful streams, the wonderful, entertaining, fun, happy streams, become PayPig on our Subscribe Star. But here, aside from that, let's listen to what this Persian has to say. It's not a fucking... Again, they have an interesting thing to say about the politics of the whole situation. So let's...
No, before we get started in the actual critique, because I've gotten so used to it by doing certain types of...
And by the way, this is not Dan Fan. Kind of sounds like her a little bit, but it isn't. It's some... Again, it's some other lady, some nice lady.
Books. This is just to talk about the book. I'm not interested in drama. I'm not interested in dragging people for their political affiliations. I'm not interested in anything but talking about the contents of this book. I cannot express the surprise that I've had I usually pick up controversial books. I've always done it. If you look on this channel, I've got stuff like I looked at Cuties forever ago when it came out, because people were all talking about one thing, but not talking about the actual story of Cuties. I have The Men.
I'm not sure if she means the movie that was on Netflix or something else. And again, I haven't seen it, so I wasn't sure either.
I have a Manhunt on here, which is by Gretchen Felker Martin, and we'll be doing Gretchen's newest book next week called Cuckoo, and it's about a gay conversion camp. And people are comparing it to Stephen King's It, so we're going to be taking a look at that next week.
Does that mean
and I have a series of doing the ALA books, which are the books being challenged in schools for removal, to talk about the contents and for us to discuss whether or not we believe that that content is appropriate for the target audience that is being given, that is being handed those books through the schools. So I generally cover controversial books on this channel so that we can talk about the contents of that book. So if anybody wants to then argue that, well, it made a bunch of money, so that obviously means that it's good, like, you can love whatever you want to love, girl. Like, have at it, queen. But money does not necessarily mean that something is well made. And for anybody that would like to make that argument, I dare you to go and read Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. Know that it has 1.7 million ratings and a 4.58 score out of 5 on Goodreads. Okay. And get back to me with how that book is fantastically made. Peak Kino because of how much money it has made. With that being said, I have been attacked personally more by people who align themselves.
This is a very worthwhile point. This is kind of why I wanted to do a stream listening to this, because this essentially makes a point that we've been also making since the beginning, and they also had been. There we go. But yeah, I think it's certainly very interesting, the point coming up that she's about to say, but also what she just said regarding the cope, really, and that's all it ever was. Oh, no. I'm about to shoot this motherfucker. But it legitimately is. It goes to show most people don't even know what the word cope means anymore. They just hear it's just an internet word, so they repeat it. It's sort of like gay ops with Comicsgate, especially, is that they hear the word and so they just repeat it. They think, as far as they can figure out, it just means a bad thing or something like that, or somebody doing something that you don't like, or the joke, the old joke, going back years now, with Ethan was. Gay ops means telling the truth. So when Ethan calls someone else's actions gay ops, it means they told the truth about something, which is a joke and also accurate. But yeah, the excuse, it's that right there, the point that she made about people saying that it must be good because it made a lot of money, that is the indicator of a bad faith actor. People who make bad faith arguments, people who are disingenuous by nature, people who are inherently dishonest. If you hear people say, well, it made a lot of money, therefore it has to be good. That is those are the words of a dishonest person, a bad faith actor. And it's like so blatant. It's so obvious that even pointing it out is kind of a waste of time. Because if you're having to tell somebody something that's been evident to anyone with any honesty, then you're talking to like a bag of rocks, essentially, somebody who's not capable of any human honesty. And that was the problem from the beginning, is that the Rippaverse fandom, exactly like the Comicsgate fandom, and exactly like the SJWs, the identical, replicatable behavior every single time. Every one of them would use the same tactics, the same argumentative points every time, without a single exception, not just by coincidence. It was, they say one time is coincidence, and 2 times is for sure bad. Just vacuuming up, and I'm so glad these bitches. First of all, this bitch won't judge me. This bitch won't judge me. The only bitch that will judge me is Codsworth for picking up just everything. Well, anyways, and to make sure I keep it, quick save. Anyways, Yeah, let's get into the next part though.
Themselves with Eric July and Shad Brooks and Critical Drinker and Harmful Opinions, more so than anybody with any of the ALA books that have to do with sexuality, identity, race, and those controversial issues. If you're here to insult, I'm sorry that you've made this your political zone, but I'm here to talk about the book. So I hope that you can actually engage with the discussion of the book and the construction of the story. Otherwise, the opinions are generally useless. So I just want to put that out there and say, hope you can behave yourself, because man, have I gotten jaded about the political people involved in pretty much everything. With that said, let's get into the book review. The comic opens up with the infamous car scene between Avery and Yair.
Here's the thing is that all of that pretty much says everything that needs to be said. Again, the inherent dishonesty of any of these fans. It was the one thing that we had been pointing out about Comicsgate. All of the dishonest practices, the dishonest responses. Every single one of them has been repeated by the Rippa shills, the Rippa tards, the Rippaverse fans. Fan is certainly a very accurate term in that case for them. Oh no, I'm out of this. This shitty gun. Oh, here we go. But it's second. Okay, there. But I mean, that really speaks for itself. There doesn't even need to be anything added to that. So I'm trying to think, what else can be said. And when I was watching the video, when I was listening to this earlier, I was thinking of some things that can be said. But then it was like next day and so on. And then I forgot everything. But legitimately, it's the same behavior. And it's behavior that only is displayed by people who are disingenuous inherently. Not just on accident. It's not like they're just disingenuous just to protect something they're a fan of. In fact, that's another thing we've been saying about the inherent nature of fans, is that fans themselves are always disingenuous in defense of the thing they like, regardless of the quality of the thing they like. Oh boy, what's... Oh, Piper. Okay, thanks. What do you want from me? You want money? Why is she fucking buttering me up? Stop patronizing me, you bitch. You fucking not unattractive bitch. You 7 out of 10. It's the suit. It's really the suit, which I gave her. In fact, you know what? I want to... Oh, she's telling me her life story. Okay. I'm not your therapist. Get out of my face. Hold on, though. Oh, there. Here, I got a better idea. Well, go into VATS and blow your head off. But no, actually, you know what? Yes, I am sure. Yes. Whoa, what the fuck? She looks way older now without that hat. Disgusting. Somebody should kill her. Somebody should... No. Here, while I manage my inventory, though, we'll listen to some of the review. But again, I feel like the general point is made. But the review itself also adds to it, because it's saying what a lot of the people who got involved in the drama, a lot of them aren't, they're not coming out and admitting, like people saying, oh, just because the book is mid, completely missing the point and completely being dishonest about the actual situation with... No, get out of the... Can I cancel this? No. I just want to fucking... What? Yeah, when is this? What am I looking at? Stop going with this. Yeah, I'm fucking locked in here. Okay, go, move. Whoa, no, I don't want to do that. What the fuck? Oh, okay. Now, you know what? I learned a little more today. That's actually pretty good. There we go. Oh, I didn't take the stuff from Cotsworth either, did I? No, I did. Did I take everything from all of them, then? Look at your... Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. Okay. That usually means I should have been listening to this and playing this. I was making
that's
point,
happened
but
in
we'll
ISOM
listen to
1,
this.
Alpha Core 1, the live action commercial, and also the animated thing that was done. It shows up in everything. I am waiting for the 20 to 30 page car sub-story magazine that will be released with the next big release from Rippaverse. Please, make it happen. Have a little bit of fun. Anyway, Yaira yells at Avery not to follow her before flying off. She is, however, chased down by Alpha Core and told that no one is above the law. I'm pretty sure that she is actually above the law because she keeps getting away and pioning everybody here, and the cops can't stop her from coming.
Peoning. I want to tell her that's not how it's pronounced. I like to ice them until the third act in No Yoyment. That's not how it's pronounced.
Learned that in ISOM 1. After a bit of a toss around with Alpha Core, she gets yeeted into the atmosphere in space, and they continue the fight there. Just as the leader of Alpha Core, Solarai, says, "Hold your breath," he and some of the others on the team still speak and try to fight this woman instead of getting back to Earth. I don't know how they made it through the atmosphere, but we're going to find out, at least through observation.
I heard that Batman can breathe in space, so if Batman can breathe in space, so can anyone else's knockoff cape shit.
That all of the accepts in this are pretty much indestructible, and that's a shared commonality between them all. Yaira then says if Solari keeps following her like this, then she's gonna think that he likes her, and then she kisses him. Fade out from this scene. I don't know how it ends or why they got away or how they got away from each other, if she kind of just left them in space after kissing Solari and just did her own thing and then they all went down because they got out of space. I don't know. It seems like a very common thing in all of these books that they get into bad situations and they don't know how to end the scene. So they just kind of scene skip through it so that there's no need to slow exit out of it. And that just looks like bad writing to me. From fading out of space, then we're in some room with a bunch of random thugs.
I didn't know this was a fucking detractor. The racist cat food smoking, crack eating detractors. I'm sorry, audience. If I had only known.
Watching the news, as it says, Solari has never been able to beat Yaira. The last time he was in a standoff with her, it was when he fought her alone, and they pretty much had a draw. And now somehow he's lost, despite him outnumbering her with teammates. No idea why he lost or how she got more powerful than last time in order to let him lose, but listen and believe, she is now more powerful, and Solari is a loser that I'm pretty sure all of the news media is just laughing at. Because they think it's funny. I think Florence Spark really just hates superheroes, and they mock.
She refers to the town as Florence Spark, I think. Something like that. I mean, or Florus Spark, which might be how it is pronounced. I mean, it's not made very clear. It's a very bizarre name. Who knows? Probably the name of some great grandmother or something. He's going to accuse people of pissing. By the way, the whole story of Riley pissing on his grandfather's grave, by the way, is a hoax. That never happened. I don't like Riley. I hope Riley goes into the gas chamber that Necrocata's in, but he never pissed on Isom's grave or Eric July's grandfather's or great grandfather's or whatever grave. That didn't happen. It never happened. Wait, actually, isn't it the... Yeah, that's right.
It never happened.
There we go. Wait, no, I don't want to make this. What the fuck? Oh, I do want to make dirty water. Just take some purified water and put some dirt in it. I didn't know it was that easy. Here, playing
like
some more
they're
of this
just
for now.
Celebrities like Kim Kardashian and making fools of themselves. I'm pretty sure that the news media would also just think that the accepts are more funny if they also weren't destroying the city at the same time as being completely incompetent. So Solari declares that he will beat Yaira this time. He is not going to lose. Meanwhile, the newscasters continue to laugh at him for being beat by her. Quote, as big of a fan of Solari as we are, he's yet to actually defeat Yaira at this point.
He's 7.
They could have been slightly more, encouraging if they wanted somebody to stop others from destroying the town. But at this point, I don't really know. So we're going to get an idea later as to maybe why Florus Spark doesn't want Yaira there, which is she destroys an oil field, which, might wreck the economy of independent Texas a little bit. So that's a worthy reason to kick her out of Texas. But if so, do they not have National Guards and soldiers of some kind that are also accepts so that they can keep other accepts out? I can't imagine that Texas is the only state that has accepts. And if the rest of the United States, non-independent Texas, has accepts, then Texas must have superpowered people as a part of their military who are better than Alpha Corps. So then how is that military not being used to keep Yaira out, knowing that Yaira just keeps coming back? Because the state of Texas is not just Florispark. So she cannot possibly only be destroying Florispark.
I don't know why that makes me laugh. It shouldn't. Or should it? I guess we'll never know.
Right? There are so many more things going on that are not being considered in the setup of this story. And literally, if she is such a problem that the police chief was like, oh my gosh, she has come back. And then the first time...
That is interesting. And this is more of just almost a sidetrack. But the way that the Ripashills always constantly respond to... questions about plot holes or when things don't make sense. There is never any denying that the thing doesn't make sense to a regular audience. One of the, again, this is way bigger than really the topic of this comic. It's almost more than the discussion about this comic deserves. But the inherent nature of fans. Somebody posted this recently, like yesterday. And it was from a fanzine for Star Wars, and they were traumatized and talking about how the entire fandom was split, just brutally split, because of how bad Empire Strikes Back was. It was like Empire Strikes Back came out, and the fans are split. Some people like it. Some people still defend this piece of shit movie, but it's so bad that we are closing down the fanzine. We regret to inform you all this fucking just bizarre shit like that. And it's really, it shows the nature of fans, all fans of anything ever, is that all of them are always like this. They were always like this. They're always going to be like this, where they're always going to be splitting amongst themselves, but also they're always going to be making like mentally ill excuses for if there's a legitimate criticism of something that someone's a fan of, they will always make up an answer to it that is irrelevant. They'll say, well, why can fucking this guy do this? And then the fan just makes up their own answer and acts like that is somehow answered by the thing. There are a few exceptions where it's like, oh, it actually was answered in some obscure part of the story, in the movie, in the book, whatever. But really, if it's coming down to that, that means the story's bad. You're a fan of something. The fans also, we've been pointing this out, and this is proven every single step without a single exception. There's no exception. There's been no rebuttal. There's no possible comeback to this because it's been a couple of years, and there's been opportunities for a response or a rebuttal to this. But the fact is, the people who keep defending this stuff are really the people who say they're fans of Isom and the Rippaverse don't like the comic. It is why that fucking what's your favorite part of Isom made them seethe so bad. But the thing is, also on top of that, and it's worth pointing out, that came from what's your favorite part of Cyberfrog. No person in Comicsgate was ever able to defend the actual works of Comicsgate. Nobody in Comicsgate could ever say what their favorite part of Cyberfrog was. And that's what we're saying, and that's what we're proven right about with zero exception or refutation, is that Rippaverse is literally just Comicsgate. Eric July is literally just a different color of Ethan Van Sciver. And the people who don't admit that are either dishonest as people, or they're not smart enough to see it, or they're not honest enough to be capable of perceiving it or admitting it. And that's something that we basically have been kind of ignoring because most of the focus has been on the drama, the us versus them. It was always us versus them, though. It was always Comicsgate versus the SJWs. So if anyone was ever correct about anything, they would just get called an SJW. The same thing happens with the Rippaverse fans. If you ever have a criticism of the Eric July stuff, you would just be called a racist or an SJW yourself. And so it didn't matter what you had to say. And that only disingenuous people do that. And that's every single time. There are no exceptions to that. It is the action of disingenuous people. It's, oh boy. It doesn't have any reds? That sounds delicious. I should definitely keep that. Yeah, keep this. I usually sell the beers. If I'm going to drink alcohol, it's not going to be a fucking beer. What the hard stuff. We're going to go full Nick Ricada. I have an entire slot in my favorites just for Psycho Buff. And Jet. And Radaway and Radix are kind of... And Stimpaks are, it's a nice normal thing. That's okay. Everything's okay. But here, that's generally the point I wanted to make. Stream over, good stream. Hey, everyone in the chat, all the gym tuners in the chat, the one gym tuner. But yeah, I legitimately just wanted to do a stream where it was reiterated a lot of the things that everyone else chooses to forget, including these other streamers and YouTubers who act like Eric July is somehow some innocent, honest creator. It's like you're part of a side. You might as well go defend Vaush and fucking Hassan Piker while you're at it. Because it's just, again, you're just showing your support for a psyop, and you really don't give a shit whether something is real or not. Yeah, wait, I was gonna, making her wear that. Anyways, I still have some. Oh yeah, no, I already banked it. Okay, I'm trying to remember. There's something else I'm trying to remember here. You know what though? Instead of trying to remember it, I'll just play some of them.
And we see her in her own comic. She's destroying an oil field. I would consider that a national security of independent Texas, wouldn't you? I mean, let me know if I'm overthinking that. But
wrong.
It feels like the history that she has with Texas should have been thought about a little bit more to determine how the entire state operates with her and would respond to her. Because I don't know if she would be able to get to Flores Spark like she does. If she's that much of a threat to the Texas economy. And I also don't know if she wants to actually live there, because we'll get to the second half of this book where she says she loves Texas because it feels like home. She likes how tough it is. So then why is she constantly destroying it instead of just trying to fit in? Because it looks like the bounty hunters that were also, I know I'm getting way ahead of myself as the questions keep flooding into my mind. She's being chased by intergalactic bounty hunters that only find her just in this piece. Thing is that so maybe she should have...
That kind of criticism where it's like, well, she's constantly destroying it. She loves Texas, but it's always destroying it. You can always claim it's like, well, and that's how I remember people defending Man of Steel, being like, well, he saved that one guy in that helicopter that was crashing. That is what's called the misdirection. And again, that's a fan thing. And by fan, I mean dishonest, mentally ill person, which is kind of the inherent nature of all fans of anything. A fan is a person who is mentally ill and willing to lie in defense of the thing that they like, regardless of whether that thing that they like is good or not. It doesn't matter if it's good. It matters. All that matters is that they are a fan of it. Therefore, they're just going to defend anything. Isn't there? I know there's some way to get a fusion reactor. I don't think that's not going to be for a while though. But I want one. Whoa, who's this bitch running? Oh. Needs bigger tits. If you're going to wear the Lara Croft suit, first of all, body shame Piper immediately. But at the same time, I'll let her keep the outfit. Yeah, here, let's listen. I don't even have to listen to much more of this, but I think it is interesting. Well, the whole thing about destroying. Again, that is still a plot hole. Even if it's kind of insignificant, you can say it's a nitpick, but it's also like, if you are writing the story, I'm making all these gestures, and it's just fucking me up. But if you are writing this story, these are things the writer's supposed to think of. And there was a clip that I posted. I saw in the World Peace guys. Sam Hyde was on with a guy named Jay Dyer. And Jay Dyer was mentioning, they were talking about like rappers and the secret gay community in the rap scene. And, or how some of them would secretly make fun of people for being gay. And it's, the clips itself was specifically about, P. Diddy getting caught and deciding to just name everyone in Hollywood who is guilty also. But he mentions that P. Diddy, somebody who worked for him, or there was a clip of him from a long time ago, I think the 90s, where he said that you want to hire untalented people to work for you or under you because they can, they can't say no. They can't say, you can't tell me what to do. I'm too good for this. And then they can just leave. And it is, unironically, what Comicsgate also did is that if anyone really had too much talent, they would be antagonized until they responded. And when they would respond, they would be accused of starting drama and be, ejected, or they would be accused of whatever. Eric July, I would say Eric July does the same thing, but Eric July is one of the untalented guys who's been hired. What the real difference is, now boy, hold on a second, that's a suicider. I'm going to get his attention right now. There, I got his attention. But, The Blaze hired Eric July, there we go, as one of the untalented guys who they know can't say no. He basically has to do whatever they want and is under the thumb. And in turn, the other people who get hired for these Rippaverse books are people, because here's something that none of those fans can deny either, is by all means, if you think, that's wrong, or Eric July has lots of talent, show me where his comic was. Oh, I already cleared this place. Show me the comic he made before this that proved that he was good at making comics. You can't, because he never did one, which is also the entire point. It proves, it's one of the things that reveals anyone honest and anyone who has any beliefs in anything real would say, well, Eric July doesn't have any bona fides. You can't say his comic is any good, and the people saying his comic is good before it comes out, or with no evidence that it's going to be good, or now that it's out, no evidence that it is good. Because, again, the person reviewing this, the nice lady reviewing this, she has no fucking side to pick with this. She's not part of the SJWs who hates, the racist SJWs who hates that a black man is trying to succeed on her own. She's not part of Comicsgate. And she talks about that more towards the end of the video, too, that she has absolutely no support for Comicsgate. In fact, has a lot of blame for Comicsgate. And in fact, it's what also we were saying, is anyone who tries to act like we were in support of Comicsgate as well. Whoopsie daisy. Here we go. This'll work. Hey, this'll work. But, like some of the Rippa shills, who again, they're just picking a new Caesar. They're picking a new internet daddy to worship. That's all it's ever been about. They want to, support the latest, government-funded PSYOP, essentially. Whether they know that or not, whether they're in on it or not, whether it's even true or not, it doesn't matter. It's about worshiping status. A popular person says that they're going to make something. The same for like the Shadiversity stuff and all that. Those people didn't prove that they are good at making comics, but they make a successful one anyways because, again, people are just fans of the YouTube channel. It's about supporting the political pandering. That's all it was ever supposed to be about. And if you're willingly falling for that without any scrutiny for even 1 second, you are a shill, regardless of if you think you're not, of whatever it is you think you are as a person. You are born to be a shill. You are a follower by nature. You're not a person who's capable of independent, sentient thought. And the proof of that, what further proves that, is getting mad when somebody points it out. Because if it wasn't true, people wouldn't be bothered. But the Ripaverse fans, and people act like, in defense of, it's the other YouTubers, though, the other streamers who basically just have something personal against Dick Masterson, which is, I'm sure deserved, something like that. Or some people who just have something personal now against Ethan Van Sciver. And notice, though, that all of them who are only now having something personal, against Ethan Van Sciver, all of them were covering up for his behavior. It's worth pointing out, if somebody blocked, for instance, us, because of something we said about Ethan Van Sciver, and now they themselves are saying it about Ethan Van Sciver, they don't have any real beliefs either. They're only defending or supporting Eric July out of animosity. It's just about, again, for them, it's just about internet drama. And it's never been about that for us. We don't judge people based on if they like or dislike anyone. The entire basis from the start was their behavior. We judge people based on their behavior. If their behavior proves that they're disingenuous people, then we judge them based on that. We would love it if people actually followed the golden rule. They should call it the shitty webcomics rule. Judge others based on how you would like to be judged. That's a rule that we invented just now. And I think it's a pretty good one. I would like it if other people were capable of doing that. The problem is that they can't. They won't, they can't. We can. We do every time. And none of them do ever. And I think that's unfortunate for them. Whoa. Nice. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. I keep blasting their heads to chunks. Oh, free materials. YouTube, fucker. I mean, that's inappropriate. That's uncalled for. Oh, that was skeleton. Yeah. Skeleton. Yeah. Fucking fuck you. Move this out of the way. Hey, can you move this out of the way? Ah, thank you. That's much better. Anyways, that's really the only point that needs to be made. That sums up everything. But this is another. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I'll just listen to a little more of this. But yeah, I think that spells out everything that we've been talking about, that we've been proven right about, that nobody else will admit to. None of these other YouTubers, when they bring up, like, what's wrong with Eric July? He just made a mid-comic. And then they're criticizing Ethan Van Sciver when Eric July was doing the same stuff that Ethan Van Sciver did, when the same stuff that Comicsgate had been doing for years. It's just that none of those people even admit that part about Comicsgate doing that. The stuff that proved Comicsgate was a disingenuous movement is the same stuff that proves that the Eric July fandom is disingenuous, and none of them are talking about that. Even the people who have abandoned Ethan, or the people who now have turned on Ethan, none of them will admit the original problem with Ethan or the real cause of that, because none of them either know or none of them are willing to admit it, because they practice those exact things, those exact same behaviors, the same disingenuousness. From then to now, CIT. Oh yeah, CIT, that's right. As this game's version of MIT, just to go show how basted with red sauce, place for plants pills, that this game is, certainly more than New Vegas. Some of the proof that this game is superior to New Vegas is this game lets you nuke MIT. New Vegas doesn't let you do that. Doesn't let you do anything like that. Also, this game has Liberty Prime Fallout 3 also has Liberty Prime. Therefore, Fallout 3 and 4 superior to New Vegas. I don't make the rules. That's science. You trust the science, don't you? I'll play a few more minutes of this and probably wrap this up. Because again, this is meant to be late night, just a stream for reiterating a point that continues to be proven right and has, again, it's extremely important to point this out. Nobody else is willing to admit this. Nobody else even responds to it. They pull that thing that you see Ricada doing lately, where Ricada it's just called straw manning, where Ricada will act like somebody made an accusation of something, and then he responds to the accusation, but nobody made the accusation. He responds to something that nobody ever said, where it's like, people are saying that the government did this and that, but the government has to make their case. It's like, nobody's saying that. You're responding to something that nobody else has done or said or talked about. And that is, again, how all of these other people, all of these YouTubers just do that when they're defending or discussing anything. It could be Ethan or this or that or Iron Age. And, it's just every single one of them is just an attempt to rebrand the same failed concepts and the same failed disingenuous behaviors. So they don't fix the behavior. They just keep practicing that same dishonest behavior while changing the name. That's all that's different. And again, nobody else admits that, except for, again, the people who talk honestly. Like, that's why I liked this video, this review, and that's why I recommend it from, I forget the name. I mentioned it earlier, though. Again, you can go search for it if you just, if you remember the name. But here, let's play a little more.
I've been trying to blend in better. And it was only after this thing with these guys that they were like, you need to get the frick out.
Hello.
I think the series just tried to set up too much at once and didn't know what it was doing. And now it has to try to put it all in order.
Shiny.
But it's not in order at all.
What's this, though?
Anyway, we'll get there.
Textures.
So we're in a room with a bunch of random thugs that are watching the news that says Solari hasn't beaten Yaira. Solari swears that he will bring her to justice for real this time.
She's a simp.
Switch to the podium scene where Lincoln, what's-his-name, the owner of the Projexis Corporation, is at a podium introducing Sally Rodell, a biologist and archaeologist. She's asked for comment and tells everyone that they must adapt or die. It is the way of the world. We're going to get into some major character questions here in a second that are also going to break in the second half.
Way of the world, wonderful cheap trick
this book,
song.
But bear with me. She talks about how the only creatures of history who have survived to the next generation are the ones who adapt and triumph over hardship and struggle. The rest become a part of a forgotten history. She says the fact that she is here alive now, standing among them, is proof that she survived to struggle. Now, this really, really doesn't work with the character that's revealed in the second half of the book with her dying family and how she couldn't stand to be around her family as they die and age like humans. So she abandoned them all, and she is looking to expand human life.
By the way, the whole survival of the fittest, strongest. It's something that this reviewer will go into later in the video. But it's such a one-dimensional, one-note character motivation, and especially for Cape shit is so played out. And it goes to show, like the thing I was mentioning is that people who themselves aren't very talented or, don't want to be usurped by people with real talent, they always make sure other people, the people who are sort of working under them, have either nowhere to go or, no talent on their own. It's a very telling behavior. It's going to explode yet? Come on there. There we go. Oh. That was a nice gun. It's goofy that you can't see your hand on it, though. What's that all about? Come on, just... Oh, I emptied it out, too. Okay, let's get this oddly tiny scar. Oh, there we go. That actually kind of works for VR, the reload animation. Anyways... It's tiny. I think it has to be small because it's actually not necessarily made for VR, but it's made for non-VR, and it would be like this big and take this up this much of the screen if it was bigger. Because I remember there was another Scar mod where it was just the gun was taking up this much of the screen. It's like, what the? Or the Institute rifle actually really does that in this game. It takes up a giant amount of the screen in the regular version of the game. Very goofy, very sad. Although not too important because, you know, you can just go into aiming mode. That's always nice, isn't it? Oh. Ha. Okay. Yeah, well, play a little more of this.
Longevity so that she doesn't have to watch her ancestors die anymore. But that really doesn't come into anything. Also, there's a big question about the ancestry.
I was making a point. Cape shit there. Okay. That's my point. That's a good point.
And excuse my ignorance, because I'm sure that that's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah, you know what?
But,
What? Actually, Chuyat. Now there's some people. Hello. Did you like the Comicsgate musical? I saw that. I didn't actually watch it though. I haven't really had any time. There's a bunch of Comicsgate AI songs people made and sent to me, and I haven't listened to any of them yet. I've kind of wanted to make a couple myself for goofy fun, and I haven't even done that. I've been just busy with all sorts of running around and also just recording my own stuff. And I feel like I'm putting it off. But also at the same time, I feel like here's my criteria, really, is what you should do is if you're interested in, you know, making that stuff, you know, have your channel, make your own channel or something and post it and try and get people to see it. Don't rely on us to get your stuff seen or talked about, because sometimes I just can't, or you never know if it's just something that sucks, also not very good. Because one of the things about the AI songs is you can just type in a prompt, if you will, and have it spit out the song, and that's good and all. Is this gonna fucking? If this car doesn't explode, I'm already disappointed. How much little? Okay, wait. Oh, this is the same gun. But yeah, people who just let the song, you know, spit out a prompt, that's fine. Sometimes the songs are really good. But if you just take the first choice, a lot of the times the AI will spit out something incoherent that needs to really be tweaked or done again. And a lot of people don't do that. And we did that. Like every song you see, every one of the goofy AI songs from Suno that you see on our channel, we did several versions. I changed the lyrics as much as I could, which is, again, it's no work to do that. But a lot of the times the AI, it really needs some tweaking. The songs it makes need some tweaking and some changes and some goofing around. And wait a second, there's actually, whoa, what's going on with this? But anyways, so yeah, I didn't listen to it yet. I do kind of plan to, but I haven't yet. Merchandise, yeah. CG got to the point of, yeah. Well, WWE is supposed to be full of drama. See, that's the thing, is that it's like the old joke that there's no drama in any of their books. But there's, you know, all the dramas on their channels, but it's not even that entertaining, aside from the fact that all of them come off looking stupid from it. It's the only interesting thing about Comicsgate. And to think that people supported Comicsgate thinking that it was an honest movement, like, if you're smart, anyone who has a soul and, you know, a couple of IQ points to rub together will be able to instinctively tell, the same way that anyone who reads the Isom book, like even Null wanted the Isom book to be good. And even he was like, nah, this sucks, actually. And he wanted to go soft on that, the way that he always does, the way that he's very weak and weak-willed and very soft as a person. But the people who actually read the comic out of an interest for an indie creations and an indie community, to, you know, hoping for stuff that that's an exception to the mainstream. Because we even were like that. But as soon, oh shit, here we go. Neat. Even we were like that. We were, in favor of Comics Gay at the beginning because, hey, it would be cool to have an exception to the mainstream. And that's something I was consistent about, and it's something that is very true about us. And to this day, we've been held consistent, whereas nobody else really in any of these other movements has been or could be. It was something that, oh yeah, here it is. It's something that I said to Ethan, basically when I was asked, like, well, what should we do? What do you think we should do? And it's like, I didn't say you should do anything different. I think you should go ahead. Shit, this guy was in power armor or something, wasn't he? Not anymore. Whoa. Am I hearing a mine? Who cares? Whatever that was, who cares? But yeah, that's what I said to Ethan. It's like, this is, what you should do is, create your alternative. The difference, the real difference in the outcome is it has to be good. It can't just be an alternative. It has to actually be better. And that was the thing that they weren't capable of, that they didn't want to do, is they didn't want to actually create something better. They just wanted to sell based, oh shit, here we go. Oh, that's too bad. Well, I'll just make a dog carry it. Yeah, what do you think about that? Yeah. Yawn. What, you motherfucker. But yeah, and that remains true. And we are some of the only people who actually held to that. Whereas the people in Comicsgate instead focused entirely of sweet VATS enhanced rolling pin. But the people in Comicsgate only wanted to support status, nice, and fame and popularity, and fake political posturing. There again. There was a guy. Did he go flying off into the water or something? I have to go swimming to find him. Actually, there's no way I'm going swimming. The swimming in this game is really borked. It's for sure bad. Yeah, I could have sworn that there was a guy in power armor. There's chunks of power armor I saw around here, I'm pretty sure. And I think he exploded. Then he exploded. Maybe it was just this guy. But, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. This is a nice cozy spot, though, isn't it? Move, bitch. You get the fuck out of my face. But, yeah, the nature of the things that, the stuff and something. I don't know, Codsworth's caught. I guess I'm not supposed to bring tons and tons of different, companions all at once, right? But I don't care. And they're legally prevented from disapproving of any of my actions, too. Ha. They're not able to, even if they wanted to. Yeah, you just go float over there. Yeah, again, that pretty much sums up a lot of stuff because of people like you. Yeah, for anyone who missed that, the Vicky and DA stream, they played some, recent Ricada stuff, and also replayed that clip that I clipped from one of our wonderful streams of me re-listening to that old stream of Ricada, his whiny baby bitch meltdown that proved that he was a beta male cuck soy boy gay F slur faggot, all of those things combined, back in really 2020 2019. Anyone who didn't see it then was a shill and covering up for him, which is pretty much all of your favorite YouTubers. You know what, with one interesting exception though, is PPP, who actually did criticize Ricada back then as well. But now PPP is basically forced to be a shill, and he's cucked out too, unfortunately. If you didn't see that, he had Yellow Umbrella on his stream, which is like having one of the world's biggest piss. It's like having Vaush on and promoting him and having a good time, being friends with Vaush at this point, and not knowing it. Like, fucking, at some point, there's no good excuse for anything. I wouldn't do that. Again, that's why purity testing is very underrated. Bring back guilt by association, purity testing, all that shit. But PPP's stuck with Warski, who's dragging him down, and that's the proof of it, on top of all the other proof that had already proven it. It's very unfortunate. And again, it's not my opinion. It's right out there. And it's like my opinion is that the sun comes up in the morning. It's not my opinion. It's something that has happened and continues to happen. Wait, I'll wrap up the chat, and about to wrap up the things. Blair Witch or White. Yeah, that's Blair White. That's another thing. Another example of that kind of stuff, the Crowder stuff. Like if Crowder made a comic book, it would make a lot of money on the surface, at least. People would be praising it, and no, you don't. People would be loving it with no evidence that it's actually good. Out there. And it's really important to have scrutiny for anything. For the love of God. Have some scrutiny, have some standards, even if it's for someone you like. In fact, that's the realest shit of all is, like Common America. If Common America kind of drops off or something, its readers, see, Common America doesn't have a single fan. It has lots and lots of readers, though. Readers are the enjoyer, the superior form, the superior alternative. Yeah, there you go. You're welcome, Cotsworth. It's got lots of readers, though, and if if a volume of Common America comes out, and people are like, this one isn't as good as the last one, people will say it. The readers, fans don't say things like that, because a fan just likes things unless they hate it. Like here's an example of a fan of Common America, is they saw the new design, like Common America got a skirt. In like volume 5 or 6, I don't remember. And someone's like, Common America went woke. I won't be reading it anymore if it keeps going this way. Just sheer fucking idiocy. That is a fan. That's what fans are. A fan is somebody who is petulant, weak-willed, weak of character, weak, soulless, no soul. Fans are the worst form of anything, of any medium, of any IP, whatever the fuck you want to even call it. An enjoyer, a reader, a follower. Those people are cool. Even follower sounds a little too worshipful, which is for sure not good. Maybe shovel club up their ass sideways and then twist it off. I don't know. But a reader, an enjoyer, that's all you should aspire to be, because being a fan of something means you're announcing your weakness, your thin skin, your inability to handle the slightest hardship in life. That's what a fan really is. The term fan, though, gets used to just describe anyone who likes anything. So I understand that. So most people who are called fans are really just enjoyers or something. So I'm not going to be, that much of a hard ass and be like, you call someone a fan of something, I'm not going to. Impromptu, very good Christopher Lloyd impression, though. That was pretty good. Fuck you. But, fuck. That is the nature of fans of things, of anything. And again, pretty much all of the people who read Common America are the enjoyers. The weakest Common America enjoyer will always be stronger than the strongest fan of anything. Fuck you too, bitch. Oh, here we go. Here's some more free shit. Really what I just need, I know I could just hit, can I just hit X and it will fucking, And it will take all. I can hit X and take all, but you know what? I like going through the whole thing. Whoa, this bitch is hot. Oh, fuck. She has a new belly button now. Anyways. I do want to say thanks for people. How old are you currently? I'm 29 going on 30. I'm fucking Uncle Paul age, 57 years young. But yeah, Blair White. The Crowder, that's another thing, is that was my point about fans, is that Crowder wouldn't have any actual enjoyers. He would only have fans, the same way that Comicsgate did, the same way that Eric July did. That's always been the problem from the start, is the people ignoring the behavior and ignoring that the whole thing is just a political grift. But, oh, shit. I'm okay. You guys okay? It's actually blowing chunks off the walls. That's pretty cool. Where's some of this shitty food? Shitty food. Shitty food. 0 rads. I did take a thing of, oh, there we go. Of, lead belly, which is quite nice. Why do I have any irradiated blood on me? Whatever. Well, aside from the fact that, of course, as you've been watching, I just vacuum up all of the, whoa. No. Okay, that was your fault. I am not healing you. Actually, I'm going to heal myself. Oh, the dog meat's fine anyways. It's like it never happened. Or rather, wait. Actually, I don't use melee for anything, but I have this just so I can use the soundboard.
It never happened.
There we go. Much better. Wonderful. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Pet. There. You can pet the dog. One of 3 VR games where you can pet the dog. And it's funny, same dog in every game. This, Convergence, and then Arizona Sunshine 2. I would kind of like to play Arizona Sunshine 2. I would kind of like to play it, but it's $60. It goes on sale for like $40. And it only has like 5 hours of gameplay. And all of the games made by the devs, like After the Fall and Arizona Sunshine 1, are some of the most jank fucking bullshit. If it was $20, on sale for $20, I'd probably actually go. I'd be like, okay, because it's got Coop. I like Coop games. They're fun. Me and my brother can play Coop games. Delightful. Whoa. Holy shit, this dog is strong. Could just kick fucking cars around? Holy shit. I'm trying to read the chat. Where's the chat on this? Chat? Chewy at the chewiest of ats. Where's the chat? What the fuck? This fucking piece of shit game. I can't believe it. That gay troon game, Fallout New Vegas, is officially better than this. Because I can't read the chat. Oh, wait, here it is. PPP is under Gabe Hoffman's line. Yeah, I noticed that. That seems pretty obvious. And that's the thing. That really just means PPP's opinion is bought off. I understand it. Like, especially if he's homeless just a couple years ago, and now he has a place, sold his soul for, you know, a home, a place to stay. I understand that. But it will never not mean that you didn't sell your soul. I think that's right. Something like that. Those of you who don't not want to fail this test, please raise your hands. Everyone who raised their hands will fail as you requested. I miss Strangers. I miss Strangers with Candy. How long has that been off the air? Since 2002? Holy shit. The only good show, or the only good thing at all, with Stephen Colbert in it. What the fuck? Oh, wow. You found something. Gee, thanks. It's this one. I have a mod that has like a 9mm a Beretta, and I haven't found any Berettas yet. Okay, and I am going to take it down. Take it to doubt on the... Holy shit. No, you don't. Help me. Somebody do something. Oh, yeah, I'm fine. It didn't do anything, actually. Shit. I thought I was gonna... Oh, thanks, Piper. Hey, you missed out. You fucking... Get out of here. Whoa. Get this extra huge so it hurts more. Yeah. She doesn't care. Piper just doesn't care about anything. I kind of respect it. But also, fuck you. That worked. It actually worked. Okay. Ethan whining a guy named Dillard for not getting paid by Yellow. Yeah, a lot of that. Yeah, a lot of stupid drama. But the thing is, all those people involved are disingenuous. If they were honest people, first of all, Yellow Umbrella Flash, Piss Flash, wouldn't have been licking Ethan Van Sciver's gun crease for years and years. And he blocked me for saying the exact same shit that he now says about Ethan Van Sciver. So again, if you ever trust people like that, nice. Or it's not nice if you trust people like that. It's in fact bad. That's what I think. That's my moral judgment. And you know me. Do I have any right to judge anyone on any moral level? Yes. I actually do. That's not a joke. I do. I have every right to, and I understand why you want to do stuff for clout or attention or for an audience or something. I understand you're a YouTuber, you're a streamer or whatever, and you're looking for stuff to get people to watch. It's the job. But it's not that hard to, oh shit, another one. Whoa. Fucking dog meat just going ham. Yeah, you guys, okay. Piper, you're redeemed. I will allow you to have a better gun with a legendary in about 10 hours. 10 game hours, that is. Fuck you. Oh, what? That's completely defeated my own purpose. Anyways. Yeah, Chewy at rumors that since the first Fallout game, the German Shepherd dog was a synth clone. Holy shit. It's true. Yeah, pretty much. The original dog meat. I think the original dog meat he was based off of the dog from A Boy and His Dog, which I think is just free on YouTube now. It's funny because it's a 90-minute movie, so it's short, but it still feels like it drags. But I guess it had to be because otherwise it would have been like 70 minutes. It's an interesting movie though, because it has Don Johnson as the main guy, young Don Johnson, because it's before Miami Vice. And he has a psychic connection to his dog, and he's just looking for girls to rape, basically, or food. And it's post-apocalypse wasteland story. Harlan Ellison wrote it, and at the end, the girl he bangs ends up belonging to like a secret underground cult of people who then kidnap him and try to use him to steal his seed, his vital essences. And then he has to like sort of find a way to escape. It's kind of a tongue-in-cheek, but it's like a post-apocalypse comedy almost of the first of its kind. So it goes to show, Harlan Ellison is pretty up there. Was he on our level though? Perhaps. He gets the Shitty Webcomic seal of approval. Wow. You're very welcome, Harlan Ellison. Oh, he's dead. That's right. Yeah, nice melee weapon, nerd. Hello. It's not draining anything. That's pretty cool. Here, wait. Haha. Perfect dunk. Impossible angle. Sweet. Wow, this game rules. He has 2 heads now. He was the man with 2 brains after all. Okay. Yes. I actually really like that you can take any gib and loot from there because if they fall off a cliff or something, sometimes it's like, oh, you lost all that loot because they fell off a cliff, and it's like, no, you can just get one of their arm gibs or something, or shit, one of the brothers gib even. Wow. Huh. That's how you reload. See, that's the correct way to reload. Oh, there's no gibs here. I lost all that loot. Oh, here he is. Anyways, so I do want to say thanks for people. It's a little preemptive maybe, but thanks for people hanging out in the chat.
You come in here with balls?
We're able to do these streams
Because of people like you!
and let me just look. Harlan Ellison didn't like the movie. Yeah, I imagine any writer isn't going to like any movie that gets made from any of their adaptations of any of their works. I remember being really disappointed by Jurassic Park and watching that movie. And all my favorite parts from the book were just not even in the movie is like way more action packed. The book is way more action packed. It's fantastic. Did I say the movie? I meant the book. The book has fucking in the movie the T-Rex, sort of it saves them from the raptors. Not intentionally. It's just they're a couple animals fighting essentially. It is very good. It's like sort of because I watched a clip of the Red Letter Media commentary. Oh, I was going to say, did something explode? It did. Oh, that truck. Okay. I want to free one of these. The Red Letter Media commentary, though, they talk about how in the first Jurassic Park, the dinosaurs are actual animals, whereas they're just monsters that torture and kill people for fun in the sequels. So it's just fucking goofy as shit. But yeah, that first movie, they're allowed to just be monsters, as they should be, as a dinosaur would be. In the movie, the T-Rex, is it accidentally saves the humans from the raptors, just because again they run across each other and start biting and fighting. In the book, they blow a T-Rex's head off with a laser-guided rocket, and that's just one of the T-Rexes because they had others. So, people were getting eaten alive in the book. The book is incredibly violent, but in that realistic sense that, again, violent animals eating people because they're like, hey, some food. Neat. Food is neat. Which is true. I have to take the dinosaur side in that one. So, yeah, what was my point about that? I don't know, but it was a good point. Yeah, about Jurassic. A lot of people, I think, thought that about Jurassic Park. We are told Yellow Umbrella is a hero because yeah, see, that's the thing. The disingenuousness of these YouTubers, though, is now Yellow Umbrella Piss Flash is a good person because he's on the Eric July side. But again, he was years and years on the Ethan side. He only jumped sides because Ethan's ship is sinking and Eric July is posting these record profits, which again, that's part of the business though, is showing profits. So, and there's no accountability for any of that either. And nobody wants it. If people dug into it the way that they're now digging into people like Ricada, it would probably all collapse. But nobody really has the balls to do that. And again, it's not my job. I don't fucking really give a shit about that. All I do is just point out that it's true. The truth matters to me as much as the truth matters, which the truth matters, so I just say it. But aside from that, it's not on me for other people to catch up. That's other people's job to actually do their work. It's not my job to do their work. So, and, unfortunate, but it's as unfortunate as the normie pig cattle human race, Homo sapiens, that species that's beneath us. It's unfortunate in the same way that the Homo sapiens are unfortunate as a species. I wouldn't know. I don't know what that's like because I'm not one of those. I'm the ultra sapien, you could say. Meta sapien. I think certainly more accurate term. Am I right or am I right? I'm right because those were the only two options. Weird Al made, the Weird Al song about Jurassic Park was fantastic. Well, he didn't make the song, of course. It was a cover of MacArthur Park, or as Richard Harris called it, MacArthur's Park. A great song, although just the goofiest lyrics ever. Really fantastic music in that song, though. In that 70s way, kind of like Funeral for a Friend, Love Lies Bleeding. I listened to that so many fucking times. It's the opening track on Goodbye Yellow Brick Road by Elton John. The wonderful Elton John. Ugh. Wonderful. Seriously, it's 11 minutes long, though. But, this dog is floating. But anyways. Well, so is Codsworth. Okay. But you know what? You're right. Dog's a synth. Because Codsworth's the synth. Codsworth is floating. MacArthur's Park is floating in the dark. And dog meat also floating. So clearly, that's all the lore. Anyone who really cares about lore storytelling, though, is gay. You care about story in a video game, you're gay. Tried to write the film script adaptation, but failed. By failed, that possibly means they rejected it. Although, again, it is a completely different skill set. So yeah, it's like, oh, fuck this. Wrote it instead. Harlan didn't like that. Yeah. And I'm not sure if the movie is really that much worse than the original story. Because I've only seen the movie. And there are complaints about the movie, but basically that's it's too long. Yeah, Yellow Umbrella's a hero because he aligned with the fandom menace, and yeah, again, he aligned with the other more popular people. It's all about status worship, and I think even the honest ones will just admit, yeah, they're more popular, of course. Yeah, huge Tyrannosaurus Eater lawyer that proves they're really not all bad. Good condemnation of Nick Rekieta. It goes to show, though, the stuff about lawyers, it's hilarious how people are like, no, Nick Rekieta's a good lawyer. Like, nobody's heard all the lawyer jokes. What's the difference between a dead rabbit on the highway and a dead lawyer? There are skid marks in front of the dead rabbit. What do you call 100 dead lawyers in a well? A start. You know, that kind of shit. It's just, I mean, some of those are just jokes that may be about other people where you just plug in the word lawyer. There are fucking 3 lawyers in a car who's driving the cops. Wait a second. Will the defendant please rise? Hold on a second. That one I don't think you can really plug in lawyer necessarily. Although it's close, but it doesn't quite fit. Anyways, yeah, just that basically wraps it up. Just a goofy late night stream. Just hanging out. Hello, hanging out, playing a wonderful classic video game. One of the best video games. One of the best VR games. Again, it's the kind of the tragedy of VR. The best games are just ports or transferred. Either ports, official ports, which this is a fucking wonky ass port, actually. The first time I played this in VR a couple years ago when I got VR, I finished the game, but a lot of the quests just didn't work. They're very buggy. But I got some unofficial patches. I had a bunch of mods, though, that were really breaking the game. I think that was kind of the problem. And now I pared that down a little bit with this version. Still a few bugs. Like, sometimes if I look at this real quick, it just crashes right to desktop. Very unfortunate. Aside from that, Fallout 4 was the most stable Fallout game. More than even Fallout 2. And a little bit more stable than Fallout. Fallout 1 actually is the most stable. Fallout 1's actually, that one I think has the best story. I still like Fallout 1 and 2 for the story, but I also think that a story is it's a massively overrated feature in any video game. People who talk about how the story in this or that game is good, that's gay. It's as gay as All Outdoors, which is pretty gay. Anyways, once again, was the term wokeness ever real without the PSYOPs movement? Yeah, that's a good question, because from the beginning, woke just meant it was like the red pill. So it wasn't even necessarily a leftist term. It just meant you really saw beyond, you awake now. Again, it's very black, it's very blitter, black Twitter. It's sort of like that saying about how American culture revolves around a certain group of people. Something about the sport ball and the music and all that kind of stuff. Something, that's a copy pasta that's really disappeared suspiciously. I mean, I always thought it was kind of a funny thing. It also kind of showed a real bitterness about black people. But anyways, that's a whole other topic. Or is it? It's nice I can hit the soundboard with... I need to change to brass knuckles to be able to hit the soundboard so I don't fire a gun or fucking activate a menu.
Weird.
It's weird. Yeah, you're right, Colin. But you know what? Also at the same time...
I don't care.
Yeah, that's right. I still understand the inconsistency in the story in the Fallout later Fallout. Yeah, the way people talk about how the writing is more shallow in this. I mean, you had some of the best writers in video games, in Western video games, for Fallout New Vegas. So I mean, you're going to compare. It's like you're comparing the fucking the Marvel movies. These Fallout games are kind of like the Marvel movies. The older Marvel, well, not older as in like Daredevil. That movie that Razor Fist insisted the director's cut was actually really good. It's not, by the way. The director's cut of what the fuck? The director's cut of Daredevil sucks a dick. Very cucked, but of course that's Razor Fist. Razor cuck. But yeah, these Fallout games, they have some really good aspects to the story. Like, show me where there's even an equivalent of Travis Lonely Miles in Fallout New Vegas. There isn't one. Therefore, Fallout New Vegas is a bad game. No, me and my brother we liked Fallout New Vegas back when it came out when everyone was still trashing it. We're like, oh, this game's good. It's a fun game. You know why it's a fun game? Because Fallout 3 was a fun game, and Fallout New Vegas is just that with a different skin. Just straight up. You're deluding yourself if you think otherwise, really. And again, it has better writing and story. Writing and story don't matter in a video game. And they never will. It never oh wait, hold on. Why am I saying that out loud with my voice when I can just hit this?
It never happened.
There we go. And also, more importantly...
It don't matter. None of this matters.
That's right. Thank you, Coral. So anyways, thanks again for people showing up in the chat or watching these goofy-ass videos.
You come in here with balls?
We're able to do these streams.
Because of people like you!
And you, and you, and you. Think about Jonathan Pryce in the classic movie G.I. Joe 2 Retaliation. We are now at war with you, and who's being a little fucker about it. What a great movie. Classic. Again, if you want to see more better streams, there are a bunch that are just completely exclusive to our Subscribestar, as well as a bunch of exclusive videos and reviews, even a review of Jawbreakers, it's like a 7.5 hour review of the original scripts for Jawbreakers from 2017 before Comicsgate. That's going up on our Subscribestar right now. Our review of the script for Vito's Super Killers, that's going to go up on our Subscribestar later in the year, as well as a bunch of other stuff, the deep lore, the facts, the brutal truth bombs that the Theyanati don't want you to hear. So yeah, become PayPig. It's just a good way to support us for being the honest people, for not having to be in the pocket of rich Jewish hedge fund managers or lol cows who are desperate for people to support them on the or to defend their honor on the internet, or cokehead lawyer child abusers or friends of child abusers who are now scrambling to get away from association from that, even though they have their own history of covering up other child abuse and so on and so on. If you want to know more about that too, also become PayPig on our Subscribestar. And of course, as usual, for everyone else, should have listened to Shitty Webcomics.